Every year the same thing, the New Year's resolutions. By the 3rd or 5th of January, they're over. These 5 essential tips will definitely help make things much better for you this year.
Yes, and that's why you should watch this video until the end. Then you'll find out exactly how to achieve your goals and you'll feel it right away. Wishing you a joyous new year. We truly wish you all the very best for 2025.
Also, from my side, of course, I wish only the very best for all of you. You likely recognize it from countless years in the past. You always have the intention to change your diet, engage in more exercises, participate in more sports activities, and so forth. However, that's often too overwhelming. While abundant good intentions are certainly well-intentioned and commendable, they tend to create pressure, leading to repeated failures eventually.
That's exactly why we've carefully prepared these 5 essential tips to guide and help you achieve your goals successfully this year. I'm quite certain that this first tip is an exceptionally good one for you because I am familiar with it. I have been a physician for over 40 years, and my deep passion lies in the field of nutritional medicine and its benefits. That's why I am aware that countless individuals, especially at the start of a fresh new year, make resolutions to begin their journey to lose some weight. And then they have these huge goals. They want to lose 10 kilograms in the first month and then ideally throughout the whole year. If they are very, very overweight, up to 50 kilograms. And yes, I can honestly say that if you approach the situation in that particular manner, then it's definitely more likely or absolutely bound to fail. Because the most important thing in my experience, and I genuinely have quite a lot of it, because I truly understand why people have ended up failing, simply because the paths taken, the goals, are too big and too fast. That's precisely why my first tip is to concentrate on achieving small goals, smaller, more manageable goals. And then you also have this feeling that you're successful, and then you keep going. So you start by taking just a single small step. For instance, for individuals who are attempting to lose some weight, my suggestion is that if you've always eaten until you felt completely satisfied, sometimes it was 2 plates, other times 3. No, now your intention should be to limit yourself strictly to just finishing a single plate. That could possibly be a very useful little tip.
And in my area of expertise, being free from pain, engaging in sports activities, and physically improving consistently, it's pretty much the same. In this case, people also have pretty big goals. I want to build muscle, I want to improve my endurance, and I definitely want to get rid of my pain. If you try to take on all of those things at the same time, you're practically setting yourself up for failure. That's why, just start by choosing an exercise from my channel, and each exercise typically lasts about 2 minutes. Simply begin with that one exercise, and if those 2 minutes already feel too long, it's actually less about the duration in these kinds of physical activities. It's about the decision and really executing it. Then just commit to getting into the exercise position you find in one of my YouTube videos for only 15 seconds and then come out of it, and you will notice how much time you need. If you do it for a few days, you'll want more, and then you will naturally keep doing it and you'll start feeling better.
Tip 2 is about clearly and precisely stating your wish, plan, or goal to ensure your intentions are well understood and there's no room for confusion. If your goal is to lose weight, you shouldn't simply say, I want to have lost 10, 20, or 30 kilos by the end of the year. Instead, you should begin with the very first step. And that's ideally suited for the initial week. What specific amount of weight do you hope to shed within just 1 week's time? What are you genuinely capable of accomplishing? Then write down a number that feels comfortably achievable. And if you truly focus on eating mindfully, then in the initial week, you can quite effortlessly manage to lose about 1 kilogram. And when you've done that, you'll be so glad to know that if you continue like this, by keeping your goal clearly in mind, you will definitely keep moving forward, week after week after week, consistently improving and getting better.
And we immediately apply this specifically in the area of movement, usually starting with the fact that you want to exercise, but your knee hurts, your shoulder hurts, and that obviously hinders you. So specifically, I would suggest to you, first aim to get rid of your pain, and not just, I want to eliminate all of my pain, but genuinely take the time to feel deeply into yourself. What would bother you about doing sports? Your knee hurts now and then, your shoulder. Some movements are not possible at all. Your back, you have to be careful that it doesn't overreact right away. Write it down. If you write things down, you have a better chance of remembering them. Make it very specific. And after that, arrange them in a hierarchy. Which of the 3 areas of pain, tension, or immobility that you have is the most significant or important for you? Write them down and check them off one by one, very specifically. And once you've accomplished that, then make the next specific plan. And slowly work your way through your whole body. And perhaps after several weeks, you will be able to start jogging once more because your knee feels a lot better. And tip number 3 is incredibly important. Create a detailed plan. We even assist you with doing this because you have the option to receive a personalized plan from us. Just click the link in the description to receive it. What does this plan specifically do? This plan provides you with a detailed suggestion on how to approach January, including which exercises you should focus on. For which specific area of the body this is meant. You can furthermore enhance it by addressing your individual pain condition, and this continues month after month, so there's hardly a better way to support you in getting into it. Definitely take advantage of it.
All I can say is definitely do it, because I was someone who was always without a plan. Because I thought I could do it if I just had it in my head, and I tried it with my patients that way too. But to be honest, not for long, because I quickly realized that those goals written stay. I truly think this saying is totally right. Because when you write down everything you do, it's so fantastic when you see in the evening that you have accomplished all that you plan to do. That's exactly why I truly believe that this plan is an absolutely fantastic gift. According to tip number 4, you should try to combine your existing old habits with your new goals. Old habits consist of activities such as getting up, heading to bed, brushing your teeth, and so on.
Something you do every day. And this is a very, very important thing also in the area of exercise, because you can actually do your exercises without investing additional time. For example, I get up every morning.
You're truly the master at this. It's absolutely incredible.
Every morning I stand on the knee saver or in the calf stretch, doesn't matter. While doing that, I brush my teeth. Therefore, those 2 times 2 minutes are already considered in my daily routine. Now I blend it with the new activity. Alternatively, you do sleep every night. It's simply a habit. I teach people to do exercises even at night while sleeping. Or, for example, to use a mattress or a pillow, because it's an exercise pillow to become pain-free. Or lying down in certain positions where you are stretched very, very gently throughout the night. What else is there? Yes, on certain occasions, like after getting up, I always do all my exercises. So I combine the old habit, I'm getting up now, with starting the exercises right away, or at least 10-15 minutes after waking up. That is incredibly helpful because this way you don't have to implement the new habits entirely from zero. Instead, you can integrate and blend them smoothly with something you're already familiar with and accustomed to. When you already have a routine, it becomes easier.
Yes. And if your objective, for instance, is to improve your sleeping habits, I can definitely provide you with a specific and practical tip to assist you in reaching that goal. Determine your precise bedtime. What time do you plan to go to bed each night? How many sleep hours will you aim for overall? Aim for about 8 hours of restful sleep every night. Be sure to finish meals at least 4 hours before bedtime. This habit can enhance your sleep quality, ensuring you wake refreshed, energized, and ready to tackle the day's challenges. Because that will definitely guide you into a significantly deeper and much more restorative sleep. You'll feel finally that at last I'm sleeping better now, just the restful sleep you truly long for.
Now moving to tip number 5, really important, plan for potential setbacks thoroughly. Because they're not bad at all, they just need to be planned. And I'll give you a very precise plan. If, for example, you make the decision to take action against the pain in your shoulder or the discomfort in your knee, you have the option to choose between 3 exercises. Begin by selecting one of them and proceed to follow these steps as outlined in tip 1. If you can consistently manage to do this one exercise every single day for an entire week, then you can start adding the second exercise. If you decide to add a second exercise and find a day doesn't go as planned, remove it. Continue practicing the first exercise consistently until you can do it without any issues or setbacks. Until you've met your goal for another week, then you can start adding more tasks or exercises to your routine. And if you don't fulfill them, you're not allowed to progress further, and that's how the whole thing works. You'll become increasingly eager to have the opportunity to do more exercises and, as a result, perform them on a regular basis.
Well, and these setbacks with our nutritional resolutions, I think we are all quite familiar with them. We might be doing quite well sticking to it, but then there inevitably comes a day when everything just changes completely. Then, quite unexpectedly, we start eating in a manner we definitely don't want at all, and we simply keep going and going and going. In the evening, we find ourselves thinking, for God's sake, what have I done? I've ruined everything. Now I can just give up. No, that's not true. That's not true. You need to remember that. If you happen to have a day, commonly called a cheat day, it's honestly not that big of a deal or something to be concerned about at all. Then wrap it up and get back on track the following day. That's what truly matters. It's crucial not to think, oh no, I failed completely, or I'm a total failure and now I'm just going to quit everything. Because many people often use that as an excuse. But this excuse doesn't truly apply, because you can truly begin anew the very next day. And you will feel exceptionally proud of yourself when you successfully get through the day following an evening where your resolve wasn't as strong as you would have liked. You'll be so proud of yourself, and then you'll just continue easily.
You really got me, Petra. I've noticed that if something goes wrong with the dietary guidelines I've set for myself on a Thursday or Friday, then the week ends up feeling like it wasn't that great somehow, but then comes Monday and the renewed resolution. This week it'll definitely work harder. And this way, despite small setbacks, you can always get back on the upward spiral, and it just keeps getting better. And we'll give you a brief recap of everything. Tip number 1 was to establish small, manageable goals that you can realistically accomplish.
Absolutely, and ensure that you clearly define what it is you intend to accomplish precisely. That is the second piece of advice.
Tip number 3, create a detailed plan. By when do you want to have achieved what exactly?
And tip number 4 was to integrate your established habits with your new goals. Combining the two can be quite effective and works exceptionally well.
Tip number 5, get ready to encounter setbacks along the way, but remember they're not necessarily negative. They're positive because you learn from every setback and then the whole thing moves forward. And we're supporting you with our challenge starting on January 5th. A New Year's challenge begins where a routine is developed over the course of a week, and in your plan, which you are able to download, you'll love this challenge. Look forward to it. We're doing something great where you can have a sense of achievement every day.